Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my vintage collection. This is all just sleepwear. I do have some vintage home decor. I plan on doing a video of everything that I purchased. I did go a little crazy on Etsy and I'm waiting for those things to come in. But today I'm going to be showing you my vintage collection as far as my sleepwear is concerned. I posted this picture on my Instagram and I asked you guys if you would be interested in seeing it, and you guys said yes, so here it is. If you're interested in seeing my vintage sleepwear collection, please keep watching. So just recently I switched all my vintage sleepwear into a vintage hat box, and I think I'm missing one or two pieces because I think they fell behind the drawer, and my husband's the only one who knows how to take the drawers out of my dresser because it is kind of difficult. It's not just one that's the drawers slide out. You have to like hold something down and jiggle it and wiggle it. I don't know, it has like this huge like child-proof safety feature that I don't know how to fix or work, so I have to wait for my husband for that. But this is the majority of my stuff. This is the vintage hat box that I keep it in. It's just a vintage Brooks Brothers hat box. It's blue with gold trim. It's pretty deep. I'm looking on purchasing a real deal Henry Bendel hat box with like the zipper, because this collection is getting a little crazy. Guys, I didn't feel like fixing my hair, so my hair is extremely curly, extremely crazy, and this is what we've got. So let's get into the stuff. The first thing that I have up here is all my stuff. I have a just like an everyday sleepwear nightgown. This nightgown is the cutest. I believe it's from the 1930s, maybe 1950s. I don't remember all of them because I purchased them all at a different time. I purchased most of my sleepwear from Etsy or eBay. I go to some like estate sales. So for the Etsy shops and eBay shops that I purchased from, I'll leave them down below just so that you guys have it and you can just check them out if you're interested in purchasing some vintage sleepwear of your own. So like I said, this one is from the 30s or 20s, I'm not sure. It has lots of lace. You can see the lace detail all the way around the bottom, and then there's lots of lace on the top. You can see it there, and it's pink with blue trim. There's some blue bows, some pink flowers. Really, really cute. I love this. This is one of my newer pieces, and again, it is everyday. My next vintage piece is more of like a bridal piece, but I love it because of all the lace. You guys will find that a lot of my vintage sleepwear do have lots of lace, and the ones that don't are still extremely dainty. I love that era of the 1950s and 60s because it was okay to be dainty. It was okay to wear lots of lace, and now everything seems very, I don't know, just not as intricate as it was then, you know what I mean? So this is like more of the bridal one. It's very long, like it's not like a to the floor long, but it is extremely long, and it goes a little longer in the back than it is in the front. Let me just throw it over my shoulder so I can show you. Actually no, it's just even. It's just the way that I was holding it. This one is actually one length, and it has some lace across the midsection all the way around, and it does tie in the back. I know it looks really big, but it ties in the back, so you can cinch it at the waist. And the sleeves are, they're not long sleeve, but they go right up to here on me, and they have this really pretty lace detail all the way around it. I just really love that. They have pearlized buttons here. You can see it actually opens up here. Some pearl buttons. This is just a really, really pretty one. It's very sheer. And I'll find too with vintage sleepwear, they are extremely sheer. So if you have kids like me, you might want to wear a robe over them when you're walking around the house, or you can wear a slip. There's some of these that I do have slips. I might have the slip in here that I use with some of these sleepwear pieces. I know it's a lot to wear when you're in the bed, but I'll pay the price because I love these so much. The next one is from the 70s, and you can tell by just the color. It's a lime green with some white lace, and it's V-neck. It is such a pretty color. I don't even think the camera's picking up the color that well, but it is a very vibrant lime green. Still kind of pastel even though it's vibrant. It is an empire waist, and it's long. Most of these are long, and it's just very plain. So all the detail is at the top, just at the top area here with the lace and all that. My husband loves this one. It is just the simplest, prettiest nightgown of life. The next one is like a romper. It's like a jumpsuit. I love this one for the summer. It is very short, so hold on to yourselves. It looks like this. It's all lace on the front. So you can see on the straps as well, it's all lace. It goes laced all the way down, and then it's these lacy shorts that kind of go in a V, and your cheeks kind of hang out. It is also extremely sheer, but very, very lacy, very cute, very lightweight, and it's pink. So what more can I ask for? It's just a very, very cute piece. It fits me like a glove. I find that if you are, actually, it doesn't really matter your weight. Like, I feel like vintage anything were made more with the woman curves in mind. Like right now you can buy a dress and it will be very boxy. You can buy like a nightgown and it can be very boxy. But back then, I feel like the proportions between the chest area and the hips area were just very carefully thought out. So when clothes were made, they were made in a way that would hug the body. And I find with my vintage sleepwear or nightgowns versus my newer nightgowns, there's just no contest when it comes to fit. So the fit on these are just okay. My next one is also a 50s one. It's purple, also extremely sheer. I do have a I don't have it in here though. I thought I did. I thought I had my slip in here, but it's just a regular slip with a little bit of lace here. It's like skin tone. It goes up to my knees, and I wear them with some of these dresses or nightgowns when I'm like in the house and my children are running around because they are very sheer and I don't want nobody to see my stuff. Moving on. So this one is a purple nightgown. It is an empire waist again, and you can see all the detailing at the top. They just have like random placements of roses with lots and lots of ruffles around the area here, also around the sleeves or the straps. And this one is again extremely sheer but very pretty. It's like this lilac purplish color, and then it has more ruffles on the bottom. This next one I have not worn yet because I have to make some alterations to it. This one is an Alexandra Nicole, and if you guys know anything about Alexandra Nicole, back then she made a ton of sleepwear items. This one is vintage, but it's more in the late 70s. It's pink, and it's kind of like bridal, I feel. It has like these ribbon straps with bows, and the top part, a lot of vintage pieces, all the tops are very much embellished, and then the bottoms are very, very plain, which I really love. This one is not long. It goes up to like maybe below my knees, but I'll show you. So the top is all laced out, and you can see the lace. It's just very intricate lace, very beautiful. I'll do a little close-up so you guys can see how pretty that is. Then you can see it goes down with a little bit of sequins. And then it just comes to a point right here, which hits me right between my rib cages. And then it just goes, it's just like a silky satin pink with small slits on the side. Very pretty. It does fit me a little long here, so I have to like adjust the straps. So I just got to get my sewing kit out and just make the straps a little smaller like that. And it should fit. Also around the back as well, there's just this really pretty lace detail that's like kind of floral, and that goes all the way around the nightgown. It's just perfection. Perfection. This next one is made for the winter time. And this is real deal, like 1940s PJs. And I love it. And almost you'll be like, oh, Jess, what's that? But I love it. And I have worn it. It looks itchy, but it's not. It is very, very comfy. Again, very sheer. But this is what it looks like. It is pink with lots of ruffles and white pearlized buttons here. And sheer arms with more ruffles and elasticity in the sleeve here. Just to give you a more ruffled effect. Once it hits your arm, it kind of hugs it and it just poofs the sleeve out a little. And then the bottom is pink and it hits me like below the knee, like right below the knee. Does this one hit me right below the knee? I don't know. Yeah, it hits me like at my calf. So it's plain because again, this is not one of the sexy ones. It is more of like the everyday, kind of like the blue and pink one I showed you. But it is just so cute. Oh, so adorable. This next one is much like the one that's stuck behind my drawer. I will insert a picture of that one here because I did post it on my Instagram, I think. Yeah, I think it's when I did my smoky look. That's the picture of it there. This one is much like that, but it is peach, and it reminds me of like an old school like movie where they're like, you know, doing their makeup at their vanity, and they have this like beautiful long like nightgown on. That's what this reminds me of. So it just has a sleeveless, again detail at the neckline with some stitched floral pattern here and polka dots, and then coming out it is just very layered and flowy, and it has a little bit of detail at the bottom. It's so hard because there's so many layers of it. Here's the detail at the bottom that I can show you. So it's just like scalloped, like lightly scalloped at the bottom, but there's, let me show you what I mean by layer. There's one layer, two layer, three layers. There's 3 layers of material in this one nightgown, and it's still extremely sheer. So you can tell, I mean, that goes to show that the layers are very, very thin and very lightweight. Even though they are layered, it's like wearing nothing, and so let me see if I can give you, let me see if I can do this justice. Like, it just is so flowy because it has so many layers, but it is just so beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. This is so freaking pretty. I love this so much. Now this is one of the ones that you will have to wear a slip underneath because it is so sheer, but it's so beautiful. Oh my god. I might actually put this on later on today. I love this one. So I think this one is from the 1950s era as well. Probably late 40s, early 50s. And I have a yellow one, like I mentioned. It's like yellow and like a cream. So pretty. There's a couple more. This one is another pink one. And it's just like ribboned sleeves or straps. Lots of detail on the neckline. Sheer on the waist, and then it just goes all the way down with lace on the bottom. This is not a long one either. This one is maybe like a smidgen below the knee, but it is a very lightweight one, very comfortable, and it's pink. I think this one might be from the 60s. Oh, let me show you this detail here at the top. So the top, like the bust area of this is also, it has like a, not tulle, but a sheer material over the material that the rest of this nightgown is made of. I hope you can see what I mean? It's like sheer, it goes right over it. And it just makes it look very fluffy and light and just, girl. I think you guys know, if you're new to my channel, hi, thank you for tuning in. In one of my other videos, I mentioned how I try to get myself out of a rut by making myself feel good, and how I love 90s and girly things and things like that. And all the time I pull out some of my vintage pieces, it does make me feel very girly, very dainty, very womanly, and I start to like, I don't know, I just feel better. And most people be like, girl, that's so materialistic, but it's not. It's like, I don't know, those are the things that make me feel good about myself. And I guess it's just my personal journey of not being happy with what I look like for so long, being insecure about everything from my hair to my weight to my lips to my nose to everything. So when I feel like a woman and feel like a girl for, you know, someone who has always been a tomboy for so long. I mean, I wore my brother's jeans and sweaters for like most of my life, and to bloom into a woman so late in my life, which was like, I don't know, 17, I started wearing shoes and dresses and stuff. It just brings me back to a place where I was, you know, just trying to find myself, and I knew who I was at that point when I started like learning, like, hey, I like dresses, I like being a girl, I like this. It just brings me back down, you know what I mean? It grounds me when I can just feel good and, you know, feel like a girl, and I don't know. So these kind of things make me happy when I'm feeling just depressed. I mean, we all feel that way. Just sometimes it's just, we're not feeling it. We're not feeling life. We don't feel like adulting. We are not happy with certain things, and you have to find the thing that brings you back to the place where you're happy. It just grounds you again. And things like this really does ground me. Just like putting on a nice nightie or taking a nice shower with some scented goodness, putting on a nice nightie and watching I Love Lucy. That will make me feel so much better. And it's so simple, but girl, it makes me feel better. I'm drinking coquito, by the way. Y'all like coquito? If you like coquito, you will love my recipe. I'm half Puerto Rican, and hold on. My coquito is so good. I'm telling you. You will never have coquito like this. Y'all want to see a recipe? You want to see like a holiday coquito recipe? Hit the like button down below and I will do that for you. Just a little spoiler alert. I do not use yolk. So if you guys are fans of coquito but you don't like the idea of egg yolk, like raw egg yolk in your coquito, have no fear, because your girl does not use egg yolk. I use some other stuff. It is not traditional Puerto Rican coquito. Just be aware. I put a little spin on this myself, and it tastes so amazing. So if you're interested, hit the like button. That is my vintage sleepwear or vintage nightgown show and tell or haul. I don't know what to call this, but obviously you guys know what it is based on the title down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button if you want to see my coquito recipe, which you guys are going to die for. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys in my next one. Also, stay tuned for a vintage home decor haul. How I style my hair. Some of you guys have requested that in my last video for my no foundation makeup look. That is coming as well. And yeah, until we talk next time, guys. See you in my next one. Bye!